Welcome to today's Beyond the Shelf story and activity time. My name is Mary Ann Wright, and I'm a 4-H area educator for Lincoln University Cooperative Extension. Today we are going to be reading the story Anywhere Farm. We're going to go ahead and jump in and start reading. Anywhere Farm by Phyllis Root, illustrated by G. Brian Carras. For an anywhere farm, here's all that you need: soil and sunshine, some water, a seed. Fat seed or skinny seed, pointy or round, tenderly tuck it down into the ground. Then you watch and you wait, you water, you weed, your seed will sprout out at its own seedy speed. And you'll have an anywhere farm. Where can you plant your anywhere farm? An old empty lot makes a good growing plot, but a pan or a bucket, a pot or a shoe, a bin or a tin, or a window will do. Plant a farm in a crate, plant a farm in a cup, in a box on a balcony 10 stories up. Plant a farm in a truck, in a box on a bike. Plant an anywhere farm, anywhere that you like. Anywhere that you have some soil, some seed, some sunshine and water, that's all that you need for your anywhere farm. What can you plant on your anywhere farm? Kale in a pail, corn in a horn, beets and zucchini, oregano, beans, jicama, broccoli, radishes, greens, tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, and peas. On your anywhere farm, plant whatever you please. Who might come to visit your anywhere farm? You might see a monarch, a ladybug, bees, hummingbirds, cardinals, fat chickadees. Your neighbors might come when they see what you've grown. They might want an anywhere farm of their own. You might give them some seed that they plant in a can, a carton, a wash tub, an old frying pan, in a boat or a boot, or right in their yard. Anybody can do it. You've showed it's not hard. With your farm in a basket and mine on a chair, with soil and sunshine and water and care, one day all our anywhere farms, anywhere, might turn into an everywhere farm, everywhere. Where does it all start? What do you need? Just one farmer, you, and one little seed. Yay! So I hope you enjoyed the book Anywhere Farm. And I chose this book today because Earth Day is this week. And Earth Day is a perfect time to start thinking about what we can do to plant something outside, enjoy the outdoors. And it's also a really good time to think about recycling. So in the book Anywhere Farm, we saw that they used a lot of recycled pieces. So you saw that they had a tuba and they planted some corn in the horn and things like that. So they used a lot of repurpose things in this book. So that's a really good example of how to reduce and reuse and recycle. So today our activity is going to be creating our own seed tape. So we've proven by reading this book that it's really easy to create your own farm or garden. And so we are just going to make this step even easier by making some seed tape. So all you need for this activity is some toilet paper, some regular old glue, some seeds, and then I'm going to be using a marker, a ruler, a paintbrush and scissors, and then a small plate or something that we can put our glue in. Okay? So once you have all your supplies, you can get started. So I'm going to move the camera so you can see what I'm doing down here on the table. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take some toilet paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some 1-inch strips of toilet paper. So go ahead and just pull off several squares here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of roll it up so I can make one cut for all of my toilet paper here. So I want it to be about 1 inch. So I think I can get 3 different strips out of this one piece of toilet paper. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut that, and then do one more cut. So I have 3 pieces that are about the same width. So these are going to be my seed strips, my seed tape. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and roll it out a little bit. I'm going to take some of my glue here, and I'm just going to put a little bit on a plate. So you don't need a whole lot, just a little bit of glue will do. And then I'm going to find my seed packet. So I'm going to look here, and I have some peppers. So I'm going to make a seed tape that has pepper plants in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the back of my seed packet. And on the back it tells us all sorts of helpful information about how to plant whatever we're growing. So it will depend on what you've chosen for what you need to do in this next step. So I read, and it tells me how many days to germinate. So that means before it will really start sprouting. Then we have the planting depth. So that's how deep we want to put it into the ground. Then we have the plant spacing. And this is what I want to look for this project. My plant spacing is 18 inches. So this is important because on my seed tape, I'm going to mark off every 18 inches. And with my marker, I'm going to do a little mark. So I'm going to start here and put a dot right at the end of my seed tape. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure 18 inches. So my ruler is only 12 inches long. So I'm going to put my finger here, and then I'm going to use that. And then 12, and I want to get to 18, so I'm going to add 6, and I'm going to put my next dot right there. So that's going to be 18. And I'm going to go ahead and keep going. So I'm going to do another 18 and another 18. Then, once you have your strip, and this ideally will be as long as your garden patch is. So if you have a little place to put your garden and it's 6 feet long, hopefully you can make your seed tape 6 feet long. When we made our different strips here, if you're just doing one row of this kind of plant, you can go ahead and glue one end of your strip to the other end so you can keep going. So you don't have to use a whole 6 feet of toilet paper. You can reduce that and use 2 feet and then put 3 of them together to make the total of 6 feet. So that will help you save a little bit on your toilet paper there. Okay, our next step, I have my glue ready, and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a few seeds just onto my plate here right beside my glue. It's not going to be on my glue. We don't want it to get in there. But we want to have easy access because we're going to take our paintbrush here. Now, instead of using the normal part that we would usually use when we paint, we're actually just going to use the end here. And we're going to dip it very lightly in the glue. So I have a little bit of glue on my paintbrush, and then I'm going to put a dot of glue right at where I marked my seed tape. Then there's still a little bit of sticky left, so I'm going to take one of my seeds and then I'm going to put it right on top of where that glue is. And see how it just sticks to my seed tape? Then I'm going to carefully go to my next dot. So for me, that's 18 inches down. But again, it might be different depending on what kind of seeds you're going to be planting. I have my next seed. And there we go. So you're going to keep going and going until you have your whole length planted with seeds. And you're going to let this dry. Now, it won't take too long to dry, but you want to make sure that all of your glue has dried before you roll it. And then what I do is I just roll up my seed tape into a little roll like this, and then I save it when I'm ready to plant. And when I'm ready to plant, you just take that tape, you dig a little channel for your seed, you put this in it. And so my channel, since I'm using my peppers again, I'm going to look at the back, and it's only going to be 1/4 of an inch deep. So that's not really very deep. So we just want to make a little channel, lay our seed tape down, and then cover it lightly with soil. And then we're going to give it some good water, and hopefully within 10 to 12 days, because that's what the germination will be, I will start seeing a few little sprouts of green, and I hopefully will have some peppers in a couple of months. So I hope that you will try your own seed tape. Let me know what kind of plants that you have put in your garden, and also think about what different containers you can use. So if you don't have a place in your backyard where you can plant a whole row, maybe you could try to do a couple of seeds in a repurposed object that you find around your house. So I hope you try this. This is a great activity to do the week of Earth Day to celebrate recycling and to celebrate the outdoors. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again next week for another Beyond the Shelf story and activity time. Bye-bye.